Hello viewers, and welcome to my review of the Caberg Hyper X motorcycle helmet, if that bit wasn't obvious enough. Right, to my knowledge this became available in 2011 and I think it is now actually discontinued. Nevertheless, it's still on sale on most like online places and Caberg dealers nationwide, and it seems to be a really good helmet. Now then, these retail for around about £170, and they're available in white, which is obviously this one, and then they do a white and anthracite version which has a bit of a design going on around here, and in that same design they have a black and silver one, and then they do a metal black one as well. And I think there is a silver one as like an all silver one. I can't remember on that one. Anyway, I'm sure you can find it on your Google thing. Right, the helmet itself, let's talk about this thing. You've got the ventilation on the top here, which you can open and close nice and easily, and then there's ventilation around the back here, which are just fixed open there, and there is the vents obviously go across the top, giving some good airflow throughout the helmet. The visor is the usual Caberg design, the quick release system where you line up the two little arrows here and then you pull that little thing in there, and then you can pull the visor out and repeat for the other side and reverse the process to put it back in. There is also a sun visor, a drop down sun visor, which is on this slider there, and also you can sort of stop it where you like. You can just put it in the exact position you want, unless you just go full on like that. The main visor itself is allegedly scratch resistant and fog resistant. It's got an anti-fog layer, which usually with these things they do work for a little while, and then after a while they stop working and it starts to fog up quite easily. Obviously I haven't been able to test that with this really just yet. I have worn it on indoors and tried to make it fog up, but haven't. So there is definitely some anti-fog on there to start with, which will probably stay on until you need to clean it. Right, underneath it's got one of the my favourite type of mechanism, like a quick release thing. So you just push it in, clip it on, then when you're ready to take it off you just pull that and it comes off. Nice and easy. I used to have a visor with the double Ds, which they're okay, but they're a bit fiddly and they take a little while to get used to, whereas this, it's nice and simple. You put the helmet on, shove it in there on the clips where you need it to, nice and tight, and yeah, you just pull that to take it off. Nice and easy. The liner is all removable and washable as well, and also that's good because if you need to set your microphone up in there, it makes it quite easy to do. You just take the liner out, get your microphone in place, put the liner back in, which you'll see on a separate video to this one because I need to do that to get my microphone set up in here. If we just open the visor and look just inside here, it has this glasses seating pad. Now I'm not really sure what that does because I don't wear glasses myself, so I don't really know what kind of a difference that makes, but there is an area there which is meant to hold your rims of your glasses in. So yeah, don't really know what it does. It's there, that's all I can say. The helmet is ready for its the Caberg Just Speak Bluetooth system, which goes in this thing here, which to open that we just slide that open and that should just drop off there. So the communicator box thing fits in there, so you can have your Bluetooth communication or MP3 player hooked up to it for music and stuff like that. This little hatch as well is actually going to come in useful, which you'll see in my other video where I set up my camera. You'll see what I'm going to do with that. Right, for the main feature of the helmet, which is this is pretty impressive. The chin guard is removable, so you can turn it from a full face helmet into an open face, just like that. Dead easy. And that's going to be great in the summer when it's really, really warm and you just want a bit more of that open road, wind in your face kind of feel. And the good thing is the visor, when fully closed, it closes down into these little supports there. The visor closes fully, and then that still feels almost just as stable as with the chin guard in. I'll just put that back on. nice and easy. That side. There you go. Back to a full face. That easy. One of the main reasons I bought this helmet was because I saw that feature. So you get the best of both worlds of having a full face helmet and an open face helmet. Now, having taken this helmet out on a test ride, I can say the visibility from this thing is amazing. Because not only have you got good visibility from top to bottom here, you can see so much more below your chin. If, for example, you have one of those tank bags which have the little sat-nav pocket in, what I find is, I've got one of those, what I find is if I was going to have a sat-nav in there, the piece around the chin would get in the way of what I can see. Whereas with this, because you can either have the chin guard out or because there's just so much visibility there anyway, you only need to look down slightly and you can see it. And that's going to also good if you're probably doing a bit of off-roading, motocross and stuff. You can keep an eye on things closer to the front wheel. Not only that, it has great visibility wide as well, because on here it's a lot easier to see what's in your, when you're doing a shoulder check, you can see a lot more from it. There's very little of the helmet you can actually see when you've got it on. So there's no like letterbox effect that you get with most full face helmets. The helmet also feels quite lightweight as well, certainly compared with my old one, because my old one might be, you know, a little bit heavier than usual. But yeah, that compared with this one's definitely a lot lighter. And that combined with the good visibility, it's almost like not wearing a helmet. That's kind of what it feels like, which is great. What we'll do next is I'll just show you some footage from this being tested out on the road, so you can see what it's like with the noise and stuff from my microphone, which hopefully shouldn't be too bad. So we'll see. Let's have a look at that now. 30 miles an hour, this is what it sounds like. Weather, slightly moist and windy. So that's it. I hope you've enjoyed the review of this helmet. I hope it's been useful to you. The main reason I did this actually, because when I first found out about this helmet, I went on YouTube looking for a review on it, and I couldn't really find any useful ones. Certainly not in the English language. So I read some reviews about it. It seemed to be pretty good, so I thought I'll get myself one and I'll do a review myself, which is why we're here now. So hope you've enjoyed that. I hope that's been useful to you. Take care. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.